In the ancient city of young Ibrahim AS was already known for his wisdom and unshakable faith in the one true God. Unlike his people, who worshipped idols and celestial bodies, Ibrahim rejected these false deities and called upon his people to worship only Allah. His defiance of idolatry led to severe opposition, especially from the powerful king Nimrod, who saw him as a threat to his rule. One fateful day, Ibrahim AS boldly destroyed the idols in the temple, leaving only the largest one untouched. When confronted, he cleverly suggested that the idols should be asked who had done it, mocking the people's blind faith. Enraged, Nimrod declared that Ibrahim must face the ultimate punishment, being burned alive in a massive fire. As the people gathered to witness his execution, Ibrahim AS remained steadfast. He turned to Allah alone for help, refusing to plead for mercy from Nimrod. It is said that during this trial, Ibrahim AS fasted, strengthening his patience and devotion to Allah. Fasting was not just an act of worship for him, but also a means to purify his soul and reinforce his trust in divine wisdom. The moment came when he was cast into the roaring flames. But Allah, in his infinite mercy, commanded the fire, "O fire, be cool and safe for Ibrahim." Quran 21:69. To everyone's astonishment, the fire did not harm him. Ibrahim AS emerged unscathed, proving that faith and patience in the face of trials would always be rewarded. This miraculous event marked the beginning of his lifelong journey of unwavering faith, where fasting would remain an essential practice in strengthening his spiritual resilience.
After surviving the flames of Nimrod, Prophet Ibrahim AS continued his journey as a devoted servant of Allah, facing even greater trials that tested his faith and patience. By 2000 BC, he had been blessed with a son, Ismail AS, from his wife Hajar. This child was an answer to his prayers, as Ibrahim had longed for an heir to carry on the message of monotheism. However, Allah soon tested his love and devotion in a way he never expected. One night, Ibrahim AS received a divine command in his dream. He was to take Hajar and their infant son, Ismail, to a barren land and leave them there. Though his heart ached at the thought, Ibrahim AS knew that Allah's wisdom was beyond human understanding. Fasting became his way of preparing his soul, surrendering his emotions, and strengthening his trust in Allah. With a heavy heart but unwavering faith, he set out on the journey, traveling across vast deserts and mountains. They finally arrived in a desolate valley, what would later become Makkah. There was no water, no food, and no signs of life. As he prepared to leave, Hajar, bewildered and distressed, asked, "Are you leaving us here alone?" Ibrahim did not respond immediately, fearing that his emotions might weaken his resolve. But when she asked again, "Is this Allah's command?" he finally nodded, understanding that Allah never abandoned his believers. Hajar accepted her fate. Ibrahim AS walked away, but before he was out of sight, he turned towards the barren valley and made a heartfelt prayer. "O our Lord, I have settled some of my descendants in an uncultivated valley near your sacred house, so that they may establish prayer. So make the hearts of people incline toward them, and provide them with fruits, so that they may be grateful." Quran 14:37. With tears in his eyes, Ibrahim AS continued his journey, fasting along the way to cleanse his soul of doubt and sorrow. He knew that Allah had a plan, and he placed his trust in him entirely. Meanwhile, in the desert, Hajar and baby Ismail soon ran out of water. Desperate to find sustenance, Hajar ran between the hills of Safa and Marwa 7 times, searching for a source of life. At the peak of her exhaustion, she returned to her crying solemnly to witness a miracle. From beneath Ishmael's tiny feet, a spring of fresh water gushed forth. This was the blessed Zamzam, a sign that Allah had not forsaken them. The trial of abandonment had now become a test of patience and resilience, and Ibrahim AS's fasting and unwavering trust in Allah had strengthened his soul for the greater trials that lay ahead.
Years had passed since Prophet Ibrahim AS left Hajar and Ismail AS in the barren valley. Through Allah's mercy, the land had become a thriving settlement, and Ismail had grown into a strong and righteous young man. Ibrahim often traveled back to visit them, witnessing how Allah had blessed his son with wisdom and obedience. However, another divine test awaited him that would shake the very foundation about the vision. "Oh, my dear son, I have seen in a dream that I must sacrifice you. So tell me, what do you think?" Quran 37, 102. Ismail, displaying a level of faith beyond his years, did not hesitate. "O my father, do as you are commanded. You will find me, if Allah wills, among the patient." Tears welled in Ibrahim's eyes, but his faith was unwavering. Together, father and son walked to the place of sacrifice, deep in the valley of Mina. Ibrahim fasted on the journey, cleansing his heart of attachment to anything but Allah. The shaitan, Satan, appeared 3 times, attempting to dissuade him, whispering doubts and fears into his mind. Each time, Ibrahim rejected him by throwing stones, an act that would later become part of the Hajj rituals. Upon reaching the site, Ibrahim laid Ismail down and prepared to fulfill Allah's command. His hands trembled, but his soul remained firm. He placed the knife upon Ismail's neck and a divine voice called out, "O Ibrahim, you have fulfilled the vision." Quran 37, 104, 105. When Ibrahim looked up, he saw that Allah had replaced Ismail with a ram. The test was complete. His devotion had been proven, his faith unshaken, and his trust in Allah absolute. Allah did not desire the sacrifice of Ismail, but rather the submission of Ibrahim's heart.